This raises another question of illegality then. Is there an issue with a loss of historical knowledge because of this?
Yes. Yes. Like with some of these like sacred texts that they are burning and using to make like ashes, and it's not just for Gumantang. Like these are some of these ingredients are used in many different types of amulets as well. But like what we're losing is, it's interesting because it's like we're losing some of that knowledge, but it's being transmuted, into a different fashion. So it's ironic because it's like, well, it's never really gone. It kind of lives on, right? It's in this amulet, but like, you're not getting to read what was on that text. You don't really know what it was about, right? So you're not getting that history, but like you have like a piece of that history. So,
Well, like here in the States, I mean, we would probably outlaw that because of the.
Well, it's a historical artifact.
Right. Yeah. Because we have UNESCO stuff, and there's all sorts of. Although I do keep asking myself, with World Heritage sites, eventually everything's going to be a World Heritage site, won't it?
Right.
Enough time goes by. So with you wearing this amulet, and you got the other one behind you, is there? Again, I make the comparison to the pantheon of saints in Catholicism. Is there a pantheon with this? Because I mean, you can obviously only wear so many pendants at once. So are people sort of, well, in Catholicism, like people will pray to all the saints,
right?
And the saints when needed, but they tend to have their one that they go with. Oh yeah, I always keep my candle at this one saint that I'm into, or I don't even know how to put it because it's a religion that I'm not a part of. So it's like I don't want to crap on it, but I mean, I don't understand it. So is there like a pantheon in the way that people follow? Like, do they have favorites,
well,
for lack of a better term?
Favorites would be a better way to put it, because in Theravada Buddhist traditions, there's not a belief in God. Like there is a belief in like divinity and like heaven realms, meaning more than one, and like heavenly deities. And when I say heavenly, I don't mean like the context of the traditional Christian, word, but I mean like, beings from higher realms, higher vibrations, that are leagues above us in evolution and development, that we would consider like holy, right? So there is like sort of like a representation of like the bodhisattvas, like the Buddhas and these holy teachers and these divine beings are above like what are considered lower order spirits, like Lukrak, Gumantang, Prey, like Mai Prey, like these various different like spirit statues and totems. So you'll have like I have close to like 60 different spirit statues. I have all kinds of different types. My favorite that I kind of like work with the most, and which I consider to be my most powerful one, is this little dude called Pong. And Pong is like this green little statue, and a lot of people say he looks pretty scary. I'll show him to you because a lot of people are like, why would you own that?
Oh, it is terrifying. Okay, so it's like a black skeletal ghoul thing with wide eyes and fangs.
And then it has real human hair from an actual dead body. And then there's a piece of chinatan, which is human bone from a woman's forehead who died in a car wreck. So like, so this, this is like a very, and then you have like, here in the bottom, you have like a takrut, which increases the power, just like a rolled piece of sheet, like basically like copper metal thin, and it has like poly spells, encoded on it, and then it's rolled up. And so it's inserted in here for more of the power. And then you have this little bottle right here, which has the human ashes of a bunch of different people. And so like, you know, yeah, most people would be kind of freaked out about this, but like this little guy is my most powerful spirit. He helps me so much when I'm doing work with like my clients and I'm doing healing sessions and I'm doing cleansings and like when I do exorcisms, like, I mean, this is my wingman, you know? So like, I kind of have like a different relationship with some of these spirits than most people might kind of like look at. Like, these are like my friends, they're my children, they're my allies. Like, you know, these are things that mean a lot to me. They're very close to my heart. So I don't expect other people to necessarily understand it, but, you know, I'm not the only person that has that kind of like, you know, association with some of these objects and tools. Cause that's essentially at the end of the day, you know, they're allies and they're tools at the same time.
Throughout time, people have asked, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Maybe it was a Manglore, like Manglore Demon. You can pretend to hatch Manglore Dragon and Manglizard, too, each sold separately in a make-believe egg. You can stretch them, squash them, take them apart. They'll return almost like new to their original forms.